it's T with Teaquilts, and today is Saturday, August 1st, 2020. It is 9 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, and this is a live sew and chat. I'm still working on my pineapple blocks in case anybody is interested, and then we're just going to wait for more people to come into the room. I logged in about 3 minutes early, I think. Okay. You all are here early. Somebody commenting at 8:32. So, and I took a nap today because I was up late last night working, and then I got up early. So if I'm not like animated or as lively as I normally am, I have to wake up. I'm one of those people, when I first wake up, I don't really like talking to people. And then I like that alone time when I wake up. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm just getting pieces ready to sew while we're waiting. Okay. A, B. C, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. May not have enough pieces of that. I might have to trim some of these down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I didn't do any cutting in the past week. I've been busy with other stuff, so we're going to make this work. I'm going to take some D triangles and just trim off a little notch to make them C's. Okay. Now we'll have that 13. I might only need 12. We'll see. I'm just going to put them out there. So welcome, guys. I am just sitting here counting pieces. That's why I'm not talking, trying to count. So welcome to the chat tonight. Let me go through here and see who I have here. At the top, we've got Wind Sprinter saying hello from Maryland. I think I went in about 8 p.m. or so to make the chat for 9 o'clock tonight because I wasn't sure if I was going to actually have it based on how much work I needed to get done. So I have been super busy lately, and then I've been also dealing with things that I shouldn't have to deal with. So it's been taking quite a bit of my time. So we've got Patricia Colalucio here, says hi from North Carolina. Hi, Patricia. She says, yes, you get my check yet? No, I haven't gotten it. I haven't gotten your check. I checked today to make sure it was coming. I do have you on the list as somebody that's mailing. And my brother is here. He says, hey, sis, I'm here. And he says hi to everyone. Y'all were early today. And she's saying she'll be back. That was Patricia. Vivian Calvi saying hi early. Hi, T and everybody from Georgia. Lisa Pegg is here saying hello, T and everyone. Kim Burris is here saying hi to everybody. Betty Harris is here saying hi, everyone. Sheila Willis is here. She says hi, T and everyone. Having lots of rain here in Tennessee. Yes, child, we having it here too. It's like we had 90 plus degrees with you just couldn't breathe outside. And now all we got is rain, so you don't want to go outside in either one of them. I mean, it's not even like the fun rain. It's like torrential. It's dripping hard out there. It's hard. It's a mess. C-Rax is here. Say hello, my people. Cheryl Clute is here saying good evening, everyone. Katrina Dion is saying hello. Vicky Lemire is here saying hello. Katrina Dion, oh, she's talking to Kim. Michael Piccarelli, he's here, says, hey, pretty girl, miss you. Hi, I missed you yesterday as well. Did you see where I called Abby Trouble on your Facebook page? And I love that tattoo. It looks pretty. Love it. Quilt Gal says, hey, T and everyone, really hot today in Maryland. Still making those 4-letter words. Oh, my gosh. I hope it don't come back around to me. Damali J says, hello, T and everyone. Terry T says, hello to everyone. Carol Green's here saying, hi, T and everyone. Kevin the Quilter is here saying, hey, stranger. Haven't seen you in so long, laughing out loud. He says, hey, sweet T and all T quilters. Katrina is asking, what does your shirt say? This one says, so busy quilting, Gil. But there is a shirt that says, so busy quilting. This was my Gil shirt that I ended up making into a shirt for you all to buy by special request. And she's asking, what am I going to sew? I'm going to be working on these pineapple blocks probably for the rest of my life. Because the only time I'm getting to sew is when you all see me sew. Because I've been so busy doing other things, I haven't had time to come into this room at all. So this is where I've been coming to sew, and then I do my recordings here on Wednesday and Saturdays. So I am going to be making pineapple blocks for a long time. So if you all want to start making pineapple blocks, now would be the time. Let's see, I have 28 blocks on my wall, and I want to make 80 or 100. It's one or the other. So I'm nowhere near 80, so I just need to keep making blocks. This week I didn't even get a chance to even cut fabric, not even before I went live. Sometimes I'll make Saturday mornings my cut day, but that has not been happening. Maria Mayer is here saying hello, everyone. We got Leela Deidecker here. She says hello, everyone. Let's see. Sarah Wickwizitz. I don't know. I don't know how you say that. I'm sorry. And I've seen that WICZ on something, but I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. But welcome to the chat, Sarah. She says, happy Saturday, Miss T. Sewing along with you. Awesome. That's the whole point. People wanted me to come on and do some sewing, and then perhaps they can do sewing, be it hand or by machine, or if you're just doing crochet or knitting or whatever, just come here and have something that we can all do together, especially for those that, you know, you can't go outside because of your health reasons and stuff like that. So Claudette Bettis is here. She says, hello, T and everyone. Cheryl Bean says, good evening, T and everyone. Judy is here, says, hello, T Quilt Gang. And Kim's reminding everybody to please hit that thumbs up button. So thank you all so much. If you have any quilting related questions, any new people, you can always pop those into the chat box. People are reading the comments as well as listening to me, so you'll have some help before I even probably get to the question or statement. And it's a great place with a lot of resources, and people approach things differently. So it's not that any one particular person's way is right. It's just a combination of things and you finding what you like to do for yourself. So if you got any questions, this is the best place to ask it. Got Robin Boyd here. I don't know if I said her name earlier or not. Slowing Down Joe. She says, hey, T, Kim, and Vicky. And everybody else, I'm sure. Janet Mackerel is here saying hello to all. Nina Boyer is here. She says, hi, T, and everybody. Did your mom make it back home from her trip? She had my prayers. Yes, she came back. She was on quarantine through last weekend. So this is actually 3 weeks. So she only went for a weekend just to attend some services. But I thank you so much. They came back. Her and my aunt are both fine. So that's a good thing. And I just saw her Wednesday. No, when was my birthday? Tuesday. So much has happened in the week. I can't even remember when my birthday was. I saw her Tuesday because she cooked a birthday dinner for me, my husband, and my daughter. So it was really good too. But thank you so much. Sharon Lewis is here. Hi, Sharon. She says, hi, T. Let's see. T, what size are the blocks? These blocks are going to be 10-inch finished. And Kim's asking, are these blocks cut on AccuQuilt? Yes, they are. They are most definitely cut on AccuQuilt. The last ones I was doing, I did the sew and trim method with Guyling Fitzgerald's pineapple ruler. So, yes, these here are die cut. I like these because everything fits. It's got all the little notches where they're supposed to line up. So, I do like that. Adrian Reyes is here saying, hey, everyone. Mary says, oops, I almost forgot it was 9. How is everyone? I hope fine. Hi, Mary. Teresa McCormick is here saying, hello to you and all. I put lotion on my face. I guess I shouldn't have done that. I'm already hot. June Hansen is here, says, hi, T and all. Tiffany's Quilting Life is here, says, hello, T and friends. Hey, Tiffany. We're getting close to the bottom. Yay, I can get some sewing done. Betty Harris says, my grandson knocked my sewing machine over. Whoa. Broke my bobbin winder. Where's a good place to find parts? I guess it would depend on the type of sewing machine that you need a bobbin winder for. Your older machines probably are better to go ahead and just order from like sewing machine parts online or something like that. Or they got like, if it's a featherweight, they've got featherweight shops. I like to order from the featherweight shop. And if it's one of the newer ones, I probably would either go to the store, your dealer, they probably have them too as well. So yeah, it just depends on what it is. If you don't want to go anywhere, then you can try to search for your make and model with the product you're looking for online. And I'm sure some website will pop up for you. That's how I tend to do. I Google everything. our Lawrence dealer, Mary says our Lawrence dealer is closing, so I'm wondering if the KC dealer will honor warranties. I think he will. I think they're talking about sewing machine repairs. I kind of skipped some of that because Katrina started off by responding to just one person, and so I didn't know if it was going to be something we might need. Deanna J is here saying, hi y'all. So, we talked in last Saturday's chat about going live on Sunday, and we did. We were doing it as a test, and the test just became quite ridiculous. We had about maybe 16 people at a time that were in and out of the live Facebook chat. The problem with Facebook chat is that you can't mute people, so you had some people coming on, and they didn't know that they were going to be heard. They didn't realize that they were going to be seen. So people came in with music playing or television going, or them not ready to be seen by others. So it was kind of funny. And then I was trying to get help along with other people, Tiffany, me, myself, Tiffany, and Eric Oda. We were trying to figure out various features to see if we could cut off volume, if we could control certain things, and we did. We learned a lot and learned that we can't do a lot. But that was good. But we ended up being on that live chat from 9 p.m. to 3 o'clock. No, it was like 3:30 a.m. going into Monday morning. It was ridiculous. It was like 4 of us left at the end. It was so funny. But we had a good time for a test, and then end up on there almost, 6 hours or something ridiculous. And I had told them in the chat, I said, my husband, he probably wondering what in the heck is going on up in here. But he said he had come to my door and he heard me still talking, and he just kept moving because I have my door pushed up just in case anything's going out. I'm out, going on out in the hall. I don't have to hear it, and when I'm in here recording. But he said he came to that door. He heard me still talking. He went to bed. He said later for that. I can't believe that girl's still on live. Oh my gosh. It was ridiculous. So, oh, and I don't have anything on my machine because normally I always have something here. But I was sewing batting together, so that's why I don't have anything on my machine at all. That's the only thing I came in here and sew was to connect 2 pieces of batting together. So let's see who else has come in real quick before I get into sewing. And Mary is talking about what a test it was when we were on that Facebook. She was one of the late night owls. Janice says, T, if you need to do some cutting, I would love to see how the Teaquilt works. Oh, she wants me to do some cutting doing a live. So I'll have to prep some stuff because I don't have anything prepped now. So maybe what I'll do next time, instead of sewing, maybe I'll prep some fabric. And it ain't going to take me 2 hours to cut it though. Because once you prep your fabric, it makes it a whole lot quicker for when you're putting it onto your dye boards. And so maybe I can do that. I'll come on one of my Saturdays. Instead of me recording a video and uploading it, having to edit and upload, maybe I'll just put the gold right here, move my machine, put it on the floor, and then I can show you all how I actually use the dye board. I've shown you all how I mark it when I did the first pineapple sewing series. I showed you all how I marked it, but I'll come back. That's a great idea. So you all know, if I don't write it down, it don't happen. So I'll just write it on my pineapple pattern. And I have to be specific. I have to say on Saturday. Because I'll be like, huh? And I'm going to put the date on here. 4. So today is the 1st. I'm going to say August 8th. That's what we want to do. Okay. So I've now written it down. It's on my pattern, and I'll just slide it right there so it'll be in my face when I come back. Okay, great idea. Let me go back and figure where I left off. Hold on. My brother had to leave. He talking about he's back. He just got done talking to my mom. He calls my mom every morning when he's up commuting to work. And she so looks forward to it. Cynthia Shade is here. Hi, Cynthia. She was another one of those late night owls in the chat room cutting up with us. So we had so much fun in there. Eric Oda, he's missing in action tonight. And Cynthia says, good evening to all. Hope you are having a good weekend. I am now. You know, I had such a stressful week that I had, and I was chatting with Kevin, and he was like, he saw when I talked on Wednesday where I told you all I was supposed to go out today for my birthday with my niece and my daughter and my husband. It was supposed to be 4 of us going out to a restaurant. I find out later on that they got a whole table full of people. My mama know about it. And then she's telling me that somebody else done told her about it because I'm asking her how she know about it. And I'm like, that somebody else had, what, 4 more people that were going to come, my mom, and I don't know who else. And I called my daughter and I told her, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not going out with all these people. So then Kevin, he calls and he said, I heard you weren't going to go out, but he said, and I was going to take you out to eat for your birthday. He said, but I saw you weren't going out to restaurants. I said, it's not that I'm not going out to restaurant. It's that I'm not going out with a table full of people because my family, we can fill a place up, okay? We can have 16 to 20 people at a restaurant impromptu. And I wasn't going for that. And, some of them don't wear masks, you know. I'm not going to be bothered with that. Every time I walk out my door, I got a mask on. So I didn't want to be bothered with them. So that's why I canceled the birthday dinner. It wasn't that I won't meet a smaller group of people. But I had a good time and I needed that time out because this week's been so stressful. If you all are in the Facebook group, you already know things that are going on because it takes a lot of my time. So I had somebody, I don't know who it is. They give me the name, but it all looks kind of bogus to me. But anyway, I had quite a few of my videos were being hit for copyright, and so they were taking any of the monetization from that. Saying that I was using copyrighted material, or music rather, copyrighted music, and that music that they listed wasn't even in my video because you all know what my entry and my intro and my outro song is. So if you all noticed on the video that I just uploaded about the unboxing of the wooden tools, I used some different music. I didn't even care what the music was. I just got a piece of music from YouTube so that I could get that video uploaded because I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time. But somebody is, you know, trying to say that all of my videos where I have that same music in every video is their music. And so for every video that happens to, I have to spend my time to go back and dispute that claim. At first, I was just, you know, when the first 1 or 2 came in, I was thinking, you know what, I'll just mute the music and call it a day. I'm not going to be bothered with this. So I muted the music thinking that it was just, you know, once or twice. And they just kept rolling in and rolling in and rolling in. And the problem with YouTube is that you're guilty until proven innocent. So you don't get the benefit of the doubt. So then I have to go in and dispute each video one by one because you can't submit a claim in multiples. And I bet you I probably did that about 50 times. And I haven't received any as of yesterday and today, but it started on Sunday, and I just didn't say anything on Wednesday. I got maybe like 4 on Sunday, probably another 4 on no, 4 on Sunday, another 4 like on Monday, and then Tuesday they start rolling in, and then Wednesday they were rolling in, and then I had some more stragglers on Thursday. But yeah, it was ridiculous. I just don't understand how I got to prove that I'm not guilty first before they just drop my video like that. So, and it's a lot of work. So, Betty Harris, we talked about her machine, so I've read that. I can't remember where I left off, guys. And Deanna J says that would be great, starting with getting the straighter grain. And I do cut on the straighter grain. Sometimes I don't worry about lengthwise because I'm using scraps and I'm just trying to utilize my scraps. And I haven't seen much problem or having issues with like cutting only where the lengthwise grain is entering the AccuQuilt like they recommend. This pineapple dye to me is the best dye that they've ever made for the studio and the Go system, because nothing has been getting caught in the corners of that dye. And I've cut 2 quilts, and this quilt's even bigger than the first quilt. I only cut like 12 blocks, and I always cut extra. I'm just going to say I cut probably about 15 blocks because all those extra pieces I had cut for my first quilt, I'm actually using in this quilt. So you can kind of see the little pineapples up there, huh? But yeah, so I'll do that. Robin says, I have a Gemini cutting system. I'm going to see if I can use that. The Gemini Crafter's Companion, I have the Gemini die cutting machine by Crafter's Companion, and they are getting into dies that can cut multi-surfaces, what they're calling their dies. And they're thin dies, but they're thicker, and you can cut like 6 to 8 layers of fabric with a little thin die. My only concern with Crafter's Companion is that when you get into like half square triangles and things like that, they're very new into sewing, I think. And so I don't think that they have the right people on their team, and I don't know if I'm interested in jumping on that bandwagon to be one of their design team members or not. I haven't decided, so I've been just kind of ignoring it because you all have been keeping me so busy here that I don't even know if I can take on another task right now. But on their half square triangle dies, I noticed that they do not cut the dog ears off. So if I'm going to have a machine die cut for me, and then I still got to cut my dog ears off, I don't want to do that. So certain dies that have curving, like Junker's Path, things like that, maybe it'll line up a little bit better or something. But I'm just concerned that they don't have the right people on the team to tell them exactly what they need to be doing. Because there's nowhere in the world I want to sew a die cut half square triangle and then go back and cut the dog ears after that. You should have already done that for me. So just be careful with which dies you're getting, and make sure you know the status of how they're gonna look once it's die cut. But I have to give them props because they're trying to move into various different markets. They're gonna eventually get into crochet and knitting. So they're not limiting. They used to just be for making cards. So now they're trying to make some products that also could go for scrapbookers. And now they're trying to get into the softer side of things. They're sewing stuffed animals, purses, bags, aprons, stuff you can use around home. They have mask patterns and fabrics and things. So I have to give them props that they're trying to move into another industry, trying to keep that revenue going. And I was just looking at somebody's video where they were saying, when you're in your business, and it kind of reminded me of me, where I'm just kind of, it might appear sometimes that I'm jumping all over the place, but there's a method to the madness sometimes. But they were saying when you get into a business, you need to make that business make you money in 7 different ways. And I said, that's kind of how I was kind of looking at it. Like when I went into the t-shirts, it's like if I make quilting t-shirts, that was like another source of revenue for me from doing lectures and teaching. I was doing YouTube, and then also making, you know, quilting related t-shirts. That was my niche, is that I make t-shirts for quilters, you know. So when he said that, I kind of had to laugh at myself, because that's exactly what I'm doing. And then I also have, you know, the patterns. So you try to get different revenue sources, so when one revenue source is down, you're not so reliant on the other. But what's so funny for me is that during the pandemic, I actually got more busier than I ever have been in my whole entire life. And like, this is probably the one time that I probably could have said I could hire somebody, you know. But then I don't know if I could keep somebody hired. You know what I'm saying? Because my industry is so up and down. I don't know how many quilts I'm going to have to quilt in a month. I just know that people are going to want stuff done, you know. But I don't know when. I don't know how fast people will make quilts, you know. So it's one of those type of things. If you're thinking about starting a business, I thought that was the best thing I heard today. And it explains my little roller coaster of what's going on over here. So, let's see. Robin says, I'm going to start my pineapple. That'll be great. I wonder if Tucker got his 36 blocks done. The pattern that I wrote has it for 36 blocks. And I did that so that it wouldn't overwhelm the average sewer, because it is a lot of pieces to a pineapple block. These blocks have 37 pieces per block. So you need a lot of pieces. Let's see. Tiffany saying, I just posted public on my personal Facebook page. It's windy, hot, and dusty as heck out. Katrina says, at Mrs. T, I'm thinking, say, also did a YouTube showing them and price and description. You can check there also. I guess I must have missed a question, Katrina. Let me see. I must have missed something. She's talking to, oh, Dr. Brenda. Okay. Hi, where can I get the ordering info for the wooden tools? You can email, the easiest way would be to go to the YouTube page. You can look in under the comments in the community. I have the post there. Or you can go watch the actual video, the last video that I uploaded. And the only reason I'm saying that, you can watch the video or you can go to the community post, might even be even better, because I got the two pictures. One picture per post. You're going to have to look at two posts. And you can select your style. That would make it so easy if you already know what style you want. And between those two photos, you can pick any style and get your set in that same style. A lot of people have been confused about that. Even though I've been telling them that, they're just looking at the picture and they'll order a press from the press picture, and then they'll order the ripper stiletto combo from the other picture. When in true essence, if you just pick one style, if you want your set to match, then they will match. And then I had a couple people that said that they didn't want theirs to match. But that's where it is. Thinking of that, I have already put in a partial order for August, because I wanted this gentleman to know that he was receiving a large order so that he can get his supplies ready, start working on our order, so it won't be a backup. You know, when I sent him this order at the end of, I'm sending it next Thursday to him, the final order. I'm going to compile all the totals. But what I did overnight is that I compiled everybody that had paid, and then this morning somebody else had paid, and so I added them on too. But I have compiled the numbers. I have sent him an order for 67 items. You all are just awesome, fantastic, and great supporters, and they are great products. I wouldn't even recommend it if it wasn't a great product. But you all have been ordering, and I just wanted him to know I probably have ordered more from him than a company has at this point, and it's because of you all. So I appreciate that, and just want you all to know that the partial order has already gone in. Wednesday night, August 5th, 11:59 p.m. I'm not taking any more payments. I'm going to cancel out all unpaid invoices, because I'm not going to hold them. I probably will not do another order until August sometime, and that'll be like if people want to order something. Maybe you got a quilting friend you might want to order a set for once you get it and try it out. I'll see if people are interested in October. But otherwise, if you don't get your order in by August 5th, you'll have to wait all the way till October. And I'm not even sure how long it's going to take him to make these, because I don't know how fast he make these products. So once I give him the total order, I'm going to then see if I can get an estimated delivery date. He should know how much he makes, how many pieces he can make at a time. The problem is that, you know, with us having all the choices, he's got to change to the different woods and stuff. So I've kind of compiled all of our orders by the type of style that you want, and I'm telling him how many of each style, so to make it easier on him when he get the order. He's not trying to figure out all your individual orders. I'm just sending him a compiled order. But thanks everybody for doing that. I really appreciate that. Kim is saying hello everyone joining the live and chat. Remember, thumbs up please. Thank you, Kim. She's doing moderator duties. Lisa says, had family in Mesa and their pics were scary. Oh, she's talking about to Kim with the winds. So thank you, Katrina. Katrina is so good. She wanted her a set and she got her sister to get a set. And so Kim really waiting on hers. But they are really patient because they were on the first list. And I had so many people wanting sets that didn't let me know ahead of time. And so her and her sister, since they're working on cleaning up their area, they were the ones that had a fire they mentioned last week. And so they said, you know, we're not going to be using ours, so you can go ahead and just forward those to somebody else. And then they're on the list, already paid. They paid from the last order and still gave their order up. So they're really sweet. So thank you guys for that. Tiffany's, I already read that one, I think. It's Francesca is here. Hi, Francesca. She came in on the live for a bit too. She says hello, tea and quilters. Patricia is back. She's saying hi, T. Did you get my check? No, I haven't gotten it. I went to the post office today. I haven't gotten any of the checks that's for this August 5th order yet. So hopefully it'll be here before Wednesday. And if not, the people that actually told me that you were going to be mailing, I'll be contacting you personally if I don't have your check by Wednesday. Or if I don't have your check probably by Tuesday, I'll be notifying you, because I need to know by Wednesday. And if you're late responding, I'm just going to have to let people out. So of the, you know, not let people order, because when you're doing custom order and I'm paying for your style out of my money, I don't know if I can sell that. You know what I'm saying? So I have to make sure that people that made these custom orders really want the custom orders. Hi, Miss Benita. She's here. She says, hello, Miss T and everyone. How is everybody doing this evening? I'm doing great. I'm sure a lot of people are doing great, and I'm sure they're responding in the comments. Maddie says, hi, T. I got my order in the mail, and I love it. And a lot of you all been posting in Facebook that you've got your orders, too. So that's pretty cool. And Maddie is saying, hi, Kim. I want that seam ripper. And Maddie, if you want a seam ripper, you're going to have, just email me, because I have to still send you another invoice. And then also send me a picture of the one you got so I can make it match. I wrote it on your invoice, what kind you got, I think. So if you just let me know what kind, I can also order and make sure that they match. Jenna says, yes, love my press. Really appreciate you, T, getting it to me. Made in the USA, also supporting small businesses. Yes, exactly. And that man, he's very prolific. Like I said, he has so many different choices, like the sewing machine ruler rack. He's got it in cat dog, and then he can do any other 50 states and Puerto Rico. So it's a lot. Oh my gosh, trouble's in the room. That's my friend Mary Ziegler Martin. Says, hey, I remembered. Oh my gosh. Behave, girl. Let's see. Got sinus issues, guys. You should be able to hear it in my voice. And Maddie saying, okay, on the seam ripper. And Patricia saying, okay, thank you. Carol says the press is the bomb. It saves your nails, which is what I have been using for years, was my nails. And so when I came across my first wooden iron that was given to me as a gift, I was just in love. And so then when I saw the colorful ones, of course I want pretty, you know. So very nice. And she says, it saves your nails, and it's good for those who don't have long nails. It's like having a small iron. Yes, it is. And thank you, T, for sharing with us. You bet. Because you all see me sitting here on these sewing chats, and you get to see me working on this, that I'm not just making this up. And it's not a product that I have in my collection that I'm not using it. You all see me using it every week. So, you know I use it. And my friends talking about, you bet, about behaving, that is. And Joyce Rockamore is here saying, howdy family. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sew. I just realized that you can't see this cut board. I've been trying to put this frame out. I've been turning it and everything else, and I think when I'm turning it, it's getting worse. But let me just turn you all back. You're just going to see my junk drawers here. This is like things I'm currently working on or want close. But I want you all to see where I'm cutting and trimming. And hold on. I can't get it to, so you can see a little bit on this board. I'll try to do anything I'm doing right here. Okay, so that's all. It's just been a strange few days doing unnecessary stuff. So I wasn't in a good mood, and then Kevin helps with that when he picks me up and makes me laugh. So wasn't in a great mood because of all the stuff I had to go through. Also, people that won the prizes for the birthday. Okay, so these two are done. The people that won the prizes for the birthday drawings I had in the chat on Wednesday, they all were mailed out on Thursday. So if you haven't received it already, you should be receiving it very soon. Very, very soon. So again, this has a home, but it never gets put up because long as I'm sewing piecing, it always stays out. I use it all the time. And this is really handy too when you're paper piecing and you don't want to use a heated iron all the time. Wooden irons are great for that. All right. So I did this wrong. I got too many of the other pieces and need lights. So Tucker had posted at one point in the group that he was working on these, and I think he had 20 blocks made of the 36. He's fast. But he sold them in 3 days, he said. He was sewing marathon sewing so he put it up on my birthday. It was really cool. So next week I'll come back with some cutting then, since you all want to see that. Okay, so what's holding up? Make sure it's not my knee thing. Something is pulling. Okay. Okay. Don't know what that's about. My bobbin is fine. Let me rethread just to make sure. I think my thread may have broken at the top. Oh, it was being pulled. Machines will not sew if it's not happy, okay? My thread, I use large spools of thread just so that I don't have to worry about small cones. We already know you're gonna piece. So if I'm home sewing, even when I go to retreats though, I still take my large spool. I just don't have to worry about running out of that, only running out of my bobbin. But it was caught. I had used my scissors when I was cutting the batting, and it was caught on the batting. It will not sew if it's not happy. So you all tell me what it is that you all are sewing on, so the next time I'm reading, I can read your comments. I'm going to do a sew on all 4 sides of these blocks because this is a sewing chat. So you all can work on your projects, and or you can talk to people in the chat room. So I probably won't be saying much. Especially since I have my sinus issues off and on. It's not bad, but I got to take medicine before I go to bed. I take medicine about 10 o'clock, but I didn't want to take it before I came on here because sometimes it makes me sleepy and sometimes it doesn't. So, just depends. Been making a lot of t-shirts. Made some Vote t-shirts as well as some Black Lives Matter t-shirts. So my completions for the month of July are going to be very weird, okay? I have no quilts. So if you're looking for quilts, that is not the video to look at. Been making and I had to make those pineapple patterns and then sell that. I was selling those for the first 2 weeks. Then I come up with the orders for the press on the second 2 weeks. So it's always something. So I haven't had my long arm on for a month until I cut it on yesterday to quilt Dee Dee's quilt. So you will see Dee Dee's quilt. Oh, and we got such bad weather, I can't do any videotaping outside. So I'm holding up on making the video for the July finishes as well. And then I think what I'm also going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you all the gallery of those charity quilts before I donate them. I wanted to record them. I have been waiting for my 2 friends to finish their quilts. I'm still got 2 of them out. And that has not happened. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you all what I do have. And that'll be a great show and tell. So it will have some quilts. It just won't be anything I did recent. Show you all the charity quilts. And then I'm going to actually donate those hopefully within the next week or 2. I had waited to donate them because of the pandemic, and I knew they probably weren't going to want stuff coming externally in, but I think they're back to accepting stuff now, I'm hoping. So we shall see. I'm going to put some color over here. I'm not normally picky about fabric, but sometimes on my light, when I have prints and no prints, I try to mix up so that one block isn't completely all white pieces, or just tone on tone with, you know, the white on white with no pop of color in it. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Other than that, I don't really care what piece goes next. I just don't want my center to be a boring white center. And I do like these pieces because they line up perfect. Poor gal says, I'm going to email you, T, for a key lime combo set for October for a Christmas present to myself. Okay, I'll start a new list. And everybody that's been kind of emailing me, I've been having issues with my email, so I'm constantly checking spam. So if you've emailed me and I haven't gotten back to you, let me know. I do try to go into the spam and check everything, but I could have mistakenly deleted something thinking that it looked like spam. But I've been trying to look for the words wood, iron, press, stiletto, that type of stuff. So I've been trying to pay attention to that. All right. This one's already in there. And Katrina saying, hang the camera from the ceiling. Girl, I have a ceiling fan right here, as you can see. I don't have a place for a camera to hang over. And if I did, then I have to use my phone. And then I have to have the big iPad up here, or right here. But, yeah. I'm just basically just sewing. You all know how to sew your 1/4 inch seam. That's basically all I'm doing. On this one, you do need to sew a 1/4 inch seam. I know sometimes they tell you to sew a scant 1/4 inch. With AccuQuilt dies, it's cut for you to sew that 1/4 inch seam. And I think I talked about that on the first video. So, yes. And then as I'm finishing my rounds, I'm chain piecing on another set of 4 so that I can have another set of 4 started, and I'm not breaking my thread. I'm not wasting the thread. Been doing this for years. All I'm doing is clipping like a 1/4 inch of thread in between the two. Not enough to even worry about trimming. Mary's asking that T, did you and Kevin ever get to go out for your birthday? Yes, we posted it on the Facebook page. June says, I got my birthday surprise and like it very much. Got it today. Thank you very much. That's pretty cool. Patricia says, cool, just what I need. My friend says, Kim, yeah, we have to work on her camera positions. Also sounds like we have to work on music copyrights, huh? I'm not in the wrong, though. Those people were just trying to take my, the song that they were saying was copyright wasn't even in my video. Was not even in the video. That's the thing. They were just making a bogus claim to get money. I would never put copyright music in there. I know better. I know better. Oh my gosh, Patricia says her son's dog chewed the cord to her sewing machine. Now you probably will have to make sure that works, because my sister gave me 3 sewing machines and 1 cord. And because she couldn't figure out which one worked with the 3 sewing machines, right? And I had the cord don't go with any of them. They all are different. It's pretty weird how we can have so many different sewing machine power cords. Just won't plug into the sides over here. And when you're looking at them, they look like they all the same, but they're not. Just making sure that was different fabric. I don't like sewing the same fabric into a block if I can help it. It doesn't really matter, but my goal is not to. Sometimes if it happens, I just keep it moving and go to the next one. But if it's the next piece, if it's touching the same fabric, then I'll pull it out. Put this one in here. Let's see. Sharon says, I'm piecing a 4 disappearing patch tonight. Something simple. That's nice. A 4 patch disappearing. Not a 9 patch, I'm assuming. So this one's here. I feel like my sinuses, they're all in my eyes. And I feel like I'm gonna cry. And I used to have like a little purse-sized Kleenex in here. I don't know what I did with them. See, here are my cut pieces. Cut pieces that I'm not even using in this quilt. Because there's some pieces I cut that I don't even need. It's just easier for me to cut them sometimes. I got a pack of Kleenex, but where's the individual one? Like a whole package of ones that hasn't been opened. I'm like, I know I had one that was open, but oh well, I don't see it. June Hanson's telling Patricia, say that isn't good. That's about that showing her power cord. Mary says, today was Nat's last day at the fabric store. I'm making fleece pillowcases. Equal, she's at 0. That is funny. I'm going to have to go get a Kleenex, guys. Hold on for just a minute. Oops. I'm having an avalanche from the stuff that I opened up. Let me put you right here. Just got one eye that wants to tear up on me. Okay. Sorry about that. You already know I don't get any sewing done on this live, right? If you haven't been here enough to know that, you're gonna be surprised or disappointed rather. I sew a little bit, but I'm mostly chatting with you guys. I do have my 4 pieces all the way around. So I just sewed 16 pieces at least. Well, I had a few pieces before that, so about 20. And so then this is what I have now. Right here. That's it. So we've got round 1, 2, and now round 3. And it's 8 rounds with the corners. So it takes a little minute to sew all 37 pieces on here. But let me go ahead and read some chat comments. Like I said, I was trying to read some as I sewed. Vivian says, I am on the East Coast. Good night, everybody. Good night, Vivian. She probably long gone anyway. That was at 9:43. It's 9:57. It's not too bad. I'm not too far behind. Mary says, I worked on mask orders today and my arthritic hand is in pain. Getting an injection on Tuesday. Yes. Hopefully you feel better. And Claudette says she's working on a baby boy quilt. That's pretty cool. Don't get to work on many of those in my family. Most of the girls here. Kim says, I got Hexie's cup for some English paper piecing, Halloween prints. Patricia says, it was my lightweight machine he replaced. The cord gained 2 feet. It's 10 foot long and it's cool. Very nice. Mary says, I made 2 baby boy quilts last summer. So that's pretty cool again. She's talking to Claudette, but she's also talking to us. June says, I'm cutting 2.5-inch blocks and we'll be making 9 patches and house blocks. That's pretty cool. Joy says, how much do you guys charge people who ask you to repair their grandma's quilt? I don't mind helping with repairs, but I struggle with charging folks. If I was doing a repair on a quilt, I would tell them that I charge a certain amount per hour, and then I would just clock it. And then they can decide if they want to do it or not. And it's hard work. That's why they're giving it to somebody else to do. Me personally, I don't do repairs. I give them back. Or like if somebody has just passed or something, like my friend, when she passed, her sister wanted me to repair a quilt. And I couldn't tell her no because, you know, her sister had just died. So I took the quilt and I held on to it for like 6 years. She never contacted me about that quilt. But I gave it to a family member and just told them to give her quilt because I never see her. But I just don't like repairs. I don't like mending clothes and I don't like repairing quilts. It's just not my forte. But if I did, you know, it's all intensive hand labor for the most part. I would charge accordingly. Oh my gosh, Mary's saying that her basement flooded Thursday, so I'm tired of water. That's horrible. And I had somebody here that their basement flooded. They said their insurance company took care of it. My basement flooded before. I didn't even know that they would do that. We did it all ourselves. Deanna says, I'm working on Quilts of Valor. That's pretty cool. Kevin he coordinates Quilts of Valor here in his group. It's very nice. Betty says, my sister-in-law was moved to assisted living. She gave me quilt tops, wedding ring, monkey wrench, and a 9-patch. Now, that's cool. Maddie says, I watch you use your cutter. I would love one. You make it look easy. Which cutter? Let me see. I watch you use your cutter. I'm trying to figure out which cutter. I don't know. I can't remember. Kevin says, Arrowhead puzzle blocks. I am addicted, and I'm sewing like madman over here. Yes, he showed some pictures in his group of what they're going to be working on for the month of August. I may have to make one of those. I think when I made mine, they weren't, I don't know. Maybe they were made like that. I've done the quilt. I think I just need to quilt it. I need to pull it out and look at it. Look at that block that you posted and look at my quilt. And June's telling Kevin to get her done. Kevin's he pieces fast. He's diligent. He will sit there till he get it done. I'm trying to miss some of the comments where people are talking to other quilters. Kevin says, I'm glad you caught them at that T. She's talking about the video stuff. Kevin, post your block on Facebook. We'd love to see it. Kevin has a scrap club that's a private club, so he can't post everything into Teaquilts Facebook group because he's posting it into his private club. So that's why it's not in Teaquilts group. I don't know what he's saying further down, but I'll let you all know just in case he don't want to post it. He's saying okay to Mary, But he really don't like to do that. I'm just letting you know. But if you can do what you want to do, Kevin. um Patricia's saying she got her cord at Walmart. Wow, now that's pretty cool. Lisa's asking if anybody got a package of those mysterious seeds. Lots of people in Indiana did, and government is begging them not to plant and to turn them in. I've heard of that, but I don't know anything else about it. Nina Boyer is here. She says, laughing out loud, I just Googled that block, and it's nice looking block. I may have to try that. She's talking about the block that Kevin's talking about. I'm telling you all, when you all are asking questions and looking for stuff, just Google. You can find everything when you Google. It don't take a whole lot of work. And then you can, if you want to get even more specific, just type in the word image and then put the name of the quilt block, and it'll bring up just pictures for you too. So Google is a nice thing. Dolores Phelps is here. Hi, Dolores. Welcome to the chat. Appreciate you stopping in. She says, I watch your channel frequently, but this is the first time I've caught it live. On Wednesdays, we're normally live at 7 p.m. And since the pandemic, we've been going on Saturdays at 9 p.m. And that helps the people on the East Coast. No, that helps the people on the West Coast. The people on the East Coast are ready to go to bed. And Mary talking about just use some fabric for your nose. No, that's nasty. T, do you have any videos of jean quilts? I think I have shown you my jean quilt, but I don't know if it was like a separate video for that, where I've made a jean quilt and I was like giving some tips for how to, offsetting your rolls so that they're not so bulky. You're not meeting up a 4-patch together. So I've talked about that, but I'm not sure if I actually made a separate video for it. I have not been in my quilt storage because we have not been doing, I haven't been doing any lectures and stuff. And I'm like so discombobulated with where my quilts are, because I have my quilt stored by type per se. But then when I go to a quilt guild, say if it's some quilts in one particular type that kind of crosses over into another category, then I might pull some samples from one category to pull over to another category. And I kind of use that to help promote another lecture in the other category per se. So I'm not even sure where my quilts are at this point. When this is all said and done, I'm going to have to probably take the majority of my stuff out. And then whatever lecture I'm teaching, that's the one that I kind of keep ready to go. But, I had stuff ready to go for this year. But I don't know where my quilts are right now. So I'll have to see. Whenever I come across it, I'll see if I can do maybe a separate video on a jean quilt. And then if people are interested, maybe we can, I got plenty of jean material. We can maybe do a sew along once I finish all these pineapple blocks. I don't want to jump from one project to the next because I don't have much sewing time right now. Let's see. Quilting for the Soul is here. Welcome. Says hello T and everyone. Hold up one of your blocks so we can see what you're working on. That's from Janice Johnson. Let me go get one off the wall. It was showing when I didn't, but then it wasn't showing me pressing, but I'll get one. This is what I'm working on, just pineapple blocks here. Same thing as my image on the live chat. So that's what I'm working on. Try to read a few more comments. Y'all just go on and on in these comments. I have page after page. See, Joyce is out. She's saying good night all. I'm feeling sleepy. And that was me earlier today. I had worked till about maybe 4 o'clock in the morning. Went to sleep. I got back up about 9 because I wanted to get up at 8:30, but that didn't happen. And then about 8:45, the guy that needed to finish removal of my tree stump shows up. So that's what time I got up, was 8:45. But I went right back to work. So I've been working all the way up to like 4 or 5 o'clock, and I decided if you're gonna do live tonight, you need to take a nap. And if you sleep through live, that means you're not having it. But I woke up about 7:30, so that was pretty good. She says, hi, this is Mary. My daughter just came through here and said hi. She feels like she knows you all from the Facebook marathon. Yeah, we were pretty wild and crazy. Oh, that is funny. Tiffany not right. Talking about started smelling great barbecue, then bam, the neighbor's barbecue caught on fire big. She is not right. Oh, she says it's still Teaquilt. She says it was a video. Yeah, I did a video on how to cut your scraps, like multiple scraps. I was using a 2-inch die showing you how to cut multiple scraps at the same time, cutting into 2.5-inch squares. So that's what she's talking about. Thank you, Maddie. I have so many videos. I'm like, I don't know which one you saw. Mary says, I want to do the orange slice jeans, and that's the one that I really want to do. Is I want to do where you do the circles and then you sew and then you flip them back. That's the pattern that I want to do also, Pat. When that Mary, I'm sorry, Mary. See, my chat froze, got it fixed. That was Kim. We don't know where Diane 57 is. She must have slept through this time. Maddie saying that block is pretty. Thank you. Sandra says, woo, I forgot. So happy to get to you all. She said Sandy. Hi, Sandy. Welcome. Elaine Doucette's coming in saying hello. And Cheryl says, have you ever published a quilt pattern? If so, what software do you use? I want to design quilt patterns but don't know where to start. I have never published a quilt pattern. I make my own. I had thought about doing that, but I don't know. I just never followed through on the book thing or on the pattern thing, because I've learned like formal patterns where I'm getting them out to the stores and stuff, because I've learned from other quilters that you really don't make money on patterns. So that's where I'm kind of spending the least amount of my time. So no, I haven't done that. What do I write my patterns in? I actually use Microsoft Office Word. But I know how to use that software. I'm very computer literate. I've been using that software for years, from many upgrades. I can't even remember the first version I had. But yes, I love Microsoft Office Word. I can make that program do all kinds of things. So I love it. And I like staying with something that I'm more familiar with. Even when they change to a new upgrade, it changes a little bit, but the actual functioning doesn't change. You just got to figure out where it's at, but it still does the same thing, or sometimes does it better. So my friend Mary talking about, aren't you hungry now? Yes, I am. I've only had one meal today. My friend grew some tomatoes. I made some shirts. She put in a shirt order. She came and got her shirt. She brought me 3 homegrown tomatoes. They were some kind of orange variety, and they were really good. I put some salt and pepper on that and just ate it like that. And then I also had my leftover lunch from eating with Kevin yesterday. So I am kind of hungry, but I'll figure that out after the fact, because you all know I eat late because I'm up late, and so then I'm sleeping at the morning hours when you all are eating lunch. Your breakfast, and sometimes even your lunch, I'm still asleep. So I'm eating, sometimes I start about 2 p.m. in the day, my first meal. Sometimes it can be 5 o'clock if I'm working and don't realize, and I say, girl, You got to stop and go eat. But I have never been one of those people that like to eat right after I wake up. Even when I was working, I didn't really like that. So I'm kind of liking having my own schedule. Do what I want when I want, per se. But sometimes I do forget to eat. Uh, let's see. And then Katrina is telling Cheryl that she uses electric quilt. Sometimes I'll use electric quilt to do my actual photos, but sometimes I like showing you all actual fabric too. So like in the pineapple pattern that I just did, I showed you step by step adding those fabrics because I felt like it was real important because it's so many pieces. Where sometimes I would just show you the pieces from my electric quilt. I'll just pull stuff apart. But on the pineapple one, I actually showed you actual fabrics because I felt like it was important during the piecing process. So I do use electric quilt, but I actually write my patterns in Microsoft Office Word. I'm actually copying only graphics from EQ into my Microsoft Word. So Tiffany is asking people who has an orange moon. You all get off on the weirdest topics. Sin Forrest is here. Hi, Sin. She says, hi, T and everyone. I'm late but here. Welcome. And people are now responding to the moon. I'm going to skip all of that. Dee Dee Hansen is here. Says, just joined, saying hi to everyone. Your quilt is finished, girl. It's still on my long arm, just waiting because we've been just having rain after rain after rain, and I can't get outside. So I'm just leaving it there because it's out of the way if it's on the frame. I have no space to hold anything between making shirts, taking orders, quilting the quilt. What else am I doing? There's so much stuff. Packaging, selling patterns. It's a lot going on over here. My husband don't know what I'm doing from 1 minute to the next. So I'm just leaving that quilt on the frame because I know where it's at and it's out of the way. Utilizing that space, girl. Let's see. And Mary's laughing at my hours. Somebody I'm worse than her. Yes, I turned into a night owl about my last 2 years of work. It was hard for me to go to sleep. I was up to 2 o'clock in the morning and then had to get up at 6 to go to work. And I realized that my body clock was changing. So when I retired, I just gave in. Turned into a night owl. Robin is saying hello to Miss Sarah. That's from Quilting for the Soul. She says, did you finish your quilt of the ladies? Patricia Bryan is here. Says, I'm late too. Glad I made it before the end. Yes. Dee Dee says, hallelujah, my quilt is finished. Let's see. Robin says, it's so beautiful. Thank you. I'm just trying to see if anybody else has anything. You know you're not right, Kevin, right? Talking about just eat some toast if you're hungry, T. You know I still got that toast in my bag, right? Just crazy. But that was too funny. C-Rack's going outside to see if her moon is orange. Patricia saying she worked 20 years for Walmart at night. Wow. Wow. Harry Ziegler says you can see 2 planets by the moon as well, Jupiter and Saturn. So she's gone and looked. So that's pretty cool. They got that upgrade now for only $49. They must be desperate. It must be on sale because that upgrade was $99. But that's pretty cool. Great deal. She's talking about the electric quilt. She went over to electric quilt and got the upgrade. If you have a previous version, this don't go on here. I don't know where this go. I got too many pieces out here apparently. I need new pieces. I think those are C's. Let's see what size I need. I need to cut more pieces. I need to probably pull them out of this over here because I keep pulling the same pieces, the same type, same patterns. Is this the size? Yep. Uh-oh, I've already pulled them out of here. I need to cut. It's just as simple as that. I need to cut. Is this more of them? Yeah, I didn't get the whole stack. Trying to get some different fabrics, too. Four. I think all I need is 12, I think. I'm making like more pastel blocks. That's not what I'm trying to do, but that's what I got available to use. See how I got a lot of pastels in here instead of a lot of dark ones like these? Just all of a sudden turned into a pastel block. We're not trying to do that. So I want to put the white on first, actually. My background piece. It makes it easier for me to know what I need to put, and I don't have to worry about it later. Okay, put the light ones on first. Is there a project tonight or just chat, which is nice too? I don't know who would come on here and just chat. Which is what happened last week. I didn't sew one stitch on Saturday, but when we got to the Facebook Live on Sunday night, I made 8 blocks in that chat. So I made up for it the next day. I'm still sewing on the pineapple blocks. This is going to be what I'm going to be sewing on forever if I don't ever get into this room and do some sewing outside of the chats, which I haven't had time for lately. I haven't cleaned this room. I haven't cleaned the Longhorn room. I just cleaned the counter surface off because I have to make sure I got room to work on whatever next project I have to work on. So that's like my workspace. But otherwise, I've been too busy to even clean and put stuff up. So the only way I've been putting stuff up is that I've been cutting pieces for this pineapple quilt from any fabric that's out. And then also I gave you all parts of my stuff. I sent out, what was it, 10 scrap bags of different scraps. Most of them were strings and crumbs, but sometimes you may have gotten a fat quarter in there or something. That I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. And so I just put it in there. So you just never know what you're going to have in those bags. But I sent out 10 of those. That helped a whole lot. And this week, I just didn't have a chance to go back in there. And I think as I'm still working with fabric, I'm going to keep making scrap bags. Eventually, one day in the future, I'll have some more scrap bags to give away. Trying to find another piece to chain piece so I can get this one off. But what time is it? It's 10:21. That's not bad. I don't ever do a lot of sewing here. What I tend to do is after I get through with the live, I'll go get something to eat, and then I come back in here and I make myself finish the 4 blocks that I'm working on while I'm doing the live, because I do rather chat with you all instead of just only sewing. I don't want to miss what's going on in the chat. Dee Dee says, I got a great bag of scraps, some large pieces too. Yeah, it's like, if I'm tired of looking at it, some of my fabrics I've had for years, and it's like every time I make a string quilt, I see that fabric. And if it was one of those type fabrics and I had chunks of it still, you got a chunk too. And I was making like, you know, the 5 bags at a time. So just think, I was putting that into, if it was that big, I had enough to put that into everybody's bag. So yeah. Just need a change of scenery sometimes in your scraps. There's so many fabrics out now. And then sometimes I have people giving me fabric bags. And next I'm going to be going through the bags that my friend is giving me. And she had the nerve. She's giving me 2 shopping bags that you get from Cracker Barrel. The big recyclable bags. She gave me 2 of those filled with fabric. And then had the nerve to tell me that she has 3 more bags. I hope they're not that big. But she said she's got 3 more bags of stuff. So just know that as I'm cutting for the pineapple from those bags, I'm going to be sharing with you all. She gave them to me so I could use them for like charity quilts and stuff like that too. She said you can do whatever with it. I just want it out. So I'll be sharing some of that as well. But we don't know when. I have to, you know, I got to get time to do that kind of stuff. So, but I will prep some fabric for piecing for next week, because I probably won't, once I finish these 4, if I got enough pieces that they're not going to match another piece that's already in here, then I'm probably not going to sew anymore during the week, because I'm going to be busy. So yes. So not really doing a whole lot of sewing tonight, but that's okay too. My productivity level is so high, it's ridiculous right now. And I'm never doing what I really want to do. It's like, as soon as I say I'm going to like quilt Dee Dee's quilt, then all the dumb spam mail come in. And I spent days dealing with that stuff. Because, you know, when that kind of stuff happens, you got to learn what you need to do. So it was a learning process, and then I had to do it for every video. So you learn. It's a learning process as well. So if it happens again in the past, I won't succumb to the first 1 or 2 that comes in. I'll just go ahead and start handling it from the first one coming in. So, especially when it's bogus. I know I didn't use anybody's music. Now, when I do line dancing videos, like when I'm dancing with the quilters, I don't even monetize those videos, because I already know that I got copyright music in the video. So there's no need in me monetizing that. That's how I know that these claims are bogus, because I have videos that are not monetized. When we go to our quilt show and I'm teaching them line dancing, and it's all in the same video, and I'm showing you show and tell, that video is not even monetized. So, just a pain in the butt. Let's see what people are talking about here. I missed some stuff. Okay. Patricia saying that she needs to get some organizing in her sewing room. Anyone have any motivation to help? Not me. Because I'm the worst one. I have organized chaos. Just long as nobody move it, I know where it's at. For the most part. Every once in a while, I go pulling that dumb mind game where I'm going to put it in this special spot so I won't forget. And then I come back a month later and I can't find it because it's in that special spot. Which is usually some stupid place. It shouldn't have been in the first place. Yes, that's me. So you don't want help from me, that's for sure. But I will be going through her. I need to vacuum. I need to, you know, take care of all kinds of stuff. I need to wash my throw rugs. I need to do an intense clean in my sewing areas because they have not had it. Been too busy. Um, except for hand sewing suckers on my giant crochet octopus, I haven't sewed in 4 months. Wow. And I've had some other quilters in my large guild saying that during this time it stressed them so bad they couldn't even sew, that what's all going on in the world. And me, I ended up burying myself into my sewing, so it kind of helped me because I realized early on that I was going a little bit nuts with what was going on in the world. So I tried to stay focused, and then I got to the point where I stayed off of my personal Facebook page. I had to get off of there because that was also driving. I realized that that was the culprit. So once I stayed off that page, things got a lot better. My friend says, Ednina, yeah, they think I'm nuts too. Wandering up and down the street at night with a telescope. Yeah, my friend's a videographer also. So she's everything picture wise. Nature takes beautiful pictures. So I don't know what she calls herself, but she's like, she produces stuff. So I'm assuming she's probably officially a producer. Dee says, whenever I start to organize, I find something interesting and I just start working on it. So I never get the organizing done. Now that's funny. That's funny. And Patricia's also saying, Dee Dee, that's my problem. So I need someone to tell me how to stop that and get cleaned up. Yes. Distractions. See that project and go, I could sew on that. So that's what I got to do. Any free time that I get, I want to start I want to start at least do my floors because they haven't been done in so long that I just need to get up all of that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm going to start with. I'm coming up on sewing my second round for you guys. Well, like 2.5 rounds. So I was kind of halfway in one. So I got a tad of sewing done. Just a tad. Chain piece. All right. I'll press these open. This is just the 4th round of 8. Long way to go yet. But it's just one seam at a time. I think I'm pressing in the camera here. I think I didn't tilt my stand down far enough. I think that's what the problem is, but I'm not sure. I'm scared I'm going to make the iPad fall over. So I don't want to touch it anymore. The nice thing is that I got a sewing machine bag right there that I put this machine in when I'm taking it somewhere. So it does catches it. It doesn't hit the hardwood floor at least. So we're just here. Nothing major yet. This is our goal right here. So still got a few pieces to go on. Let's see what you all doing in chat. I get to take a break. um, Mary says, I'm not cleaning my sewing room until my daughter goes back to college. She trashed it with all her college stuff. Yep, when they come back, you got to find somewhere to put all that stuff. And Patricia saying, I don't have children at home. I have no excuse. Lisa says, I still have fabric on every table in 3 rooms trying to organize. And here I am sewing. Exactly. You can organize it. My friend's been organizing she has 3 closets. And she's been doing that now for probably 3 weeks. So she gets one done a week. She hasn't even gotten to the room yet. I'm hoping when she gets it all done, she has a very pretty sewing room, and I'm hoping when she gets it all done that she'll let me come over and do a studio tour. But she's the one whose husband passed away in January, so she's also the one that has one of the charity quilts to finish, so I'm not, trying to harass somebody. She's going through a lot. And then you have special days that come up, and seems like it puts her right back at day 1, which can be expected doing a loss. So I'm trying to just chill and listen. Be supportive. And Kim's laughing at me to my RT. You make me laugh. Yeah, I'm serious, honey. I'm the last person to help you organize. I know I have my own system of organization, but it's like most things that I pull out, I don't ever put them back up. I have that issue. That's my problem. If I touch it, it never gets put back up. But I know where I put it, so I try not to pull things out. The only thing that gets put back up is my fabric stash. Because I wrap them all and they stack nice and neat, it's easy for me to pull out a pile and look at the ones that are behind it, and then I can pick what I want, and then I pick up the entire pile and put it right back. It's so easy. So that's the only thing that I touch and I put up. Well, and then my rotary cutting and my long arm, those I have drawers for various things, and so all of that gets put back up, and that's because I use the top of the long arm. But those are the 2 things I put up all the time, and all the other stuff is like a chore to put up. So Bonita says, are you still making albums? I am still making some albums. I got albums in works in progress, but since we shut down with everything that we were doing, they were no longer critical per se. So I have a lot of albums made, and then I also have some that I have started, but that's not my priority right now. I haven't had time to even make cards. I've had to force myself to make a few sympathy cards because I've had things happening with people, and so I've been trying to send out sympathy cards. And then one time I just didn't even have a card and I needed to get something mailed. I just used a regular card and just apologized that it wasn't the right kind. But yeah, I need to make sympathy cards. I am out. I have never been out of sympathy cards like that, and it's just so much happening this year that I have run through all of them. But no albums right now. Kitty says, you guys really need to make landscape quilts with the moon. Exactly. They need to take pictures of that. Lisa saying, you all enjoy. Good night. Bye, Lisa. Robin says, yep, I've been working and making quilts. Yep. It just takes your mind off what's going on in the world. It's stress at work. And I did that at work as well. You know, work was stressful, so I just come home and I use sewing to keep me sane. Otherwise, I would have been a hot mess. T-Rex says, I was going stir crazy, so I rearranged my sewing room and started quilting again. Wow. That's pretty cool. Patricia says, T, Facebook and the nightly news is too much. I've been hiding in my sewing room, also known as my happy place. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Kim says, a tad is better than none. You got that right when it comes to sewing. June says, me too. I've had my 8-year-old granddaughter here for 3 weeks. She's going home tomorrow. And Lord have mercy, decided today to fix, wait a minute, her autocorrect's trying to help her fix windows and replace ones do have a mess from them. When they're done, I'll start cleaning. And Dee Dee says she can't see the moon. It's raining in Michigan. I haven't even looked outside. The last time I looked outside, it was starting to rain again. So I stopped looking out there. We've had rain almost every day this week. And Kim's reminding everybody to please hit the thumbs up. Appreciate that, Kim. Mary's talking. Mary is talking to Mary, saying we used to raise bluebirds, so my husband got me a telescope, and my friends accused me of looking into the neighbors' windows. That's funny. And Robin's giving tips. She says, I found some white shelves and started putting my fabric on them and out of boxes. I was buying the fabric and finding I had doubles. Yes, because we tend to buy what we like. And so when you bought it the first time, you must have really liked it because you went and bought it again. Ain't that something? Then and Tiffany's popping in here talking about y'all need some Tiffy OCD in your sewing room. And Robin saying, yes, Tiff, come on over. Tiff does have her stuff always nice, neat, and organized. I have like all of my squares and containers, all that kind of stuff. But if I pull them out and start using them, they will get back into the container, but does the container get put back up? See, that's the thing. That's the issue I have. Those are lovely from Kim. Sharon saying your blocks are pretty. Thank you so much. Sam says y'all need cheese and crackers with that wine. Laughing at Mary's 7 yellow brick roads. Mary says, Robin, I did that pattern. I bought 7 yellow brick roads. She had 7 of them. Now that's messed up. You got enough to give every quilter you know almost one. That is too funny. And Dee Dee says, I sometimes buy the same book twice. And I did that. And then at one point I had, when I was really purchasing books, I had to make a book catalog so that I wouldn't buy it. And then I just kept it in my tote bag. So if I was ever just out and decided to buy books, I knew exactly what I had. So, yeah, I can understand that one. And Tiffany saying, someday when I'm not sick, I want to travel. I got other parts of the USA I need to go to. I've been to quite a few states, but I don't do a whole lot out west. Patricia says, I have a living room, den, bedroom, and shed. She talking about help. Girl, you got a lot of cleaning. You like me, I got all these different areas. I have supposed to be a paper crafting area, but then my fabric takes over. So I'm trying to figure out how to fix that. And yeah, so the room that I was recording in a couple years ago, where I was showing the birthday blocks for the strings and crumbs, that's my paper crafting room, but it gets taken over with the quilting. So now my paper crafting is sitting on my dining room table. It's just not good at all. And then let's see, my friend says to Mary, oh, they're talking about the bluebirds. I'm gonna skip them. Mary says Kevin says organized. Did someone say organized? Kevin's neat too. I just have you know. He is a neat person. Even his scraps and stuff are organized and nice and neat in the containers, okay? He don't mess around. Kevin can take out his scraps and just go straight to cutting because he presses them sometimes before he even puts them up, okay? He is too organized. And Kim is saying, what's organized? We're supposed to be organized? You got that right, girl. June says, my sewing is in a disaster. Due to doing these 9 patches and house blocks are scrappy. Do will help done, I hope. I don't know what she's saying because like I said, autocorrect's always trying to help us, but I do know what you mean. Quill Girl says, I have a sign that says creative minds are rarely tidy, and that's me. You got that right. I can understand, Patricia. My sewing area is the dining room table. That's nice. And that's what I use. Well, I had my sewing table that I had at the sewing window when I was living in this apartment. And then when we got the house is when I got my room. So that made it a little bit nice. But like I said, all the rooms here are small. So, but it was better than having just a spot at the window. You know, just my sewing machine table. And then I had to put all my stuff in the apartment. I had to put it into the storage space in the basement. So, you know, we do what we got to do. And I made a lot of quilts during that time, too. I didn't let it hamper me that every time I needed something, I had to go down 2 flights to get to what I needed. So, Tiffany says, my daughter Maxine just brought over her new puppy. That's cute. Just cuteness all over. Dee Dee says, when I was living in Florida, there was a lady in Ideal who told her husband she kept her fabric in her rented storage unit. What she didn't tell him was that she had 5 storage units. Now, that's crazy. I could probably feel 5. That is funny. Woo! Cynthia talking about organized. I can't even spell it. And Cheryl saying, I lose stuff all the time. And Robin is seconding that. Yes. So what time is it? It's like 15 more minutes. I just sewed a spot. So I need to put on 2 whites this time. 2 of my background pieces. Don't want to knock this board over, that's for sure. Got my napkin here just floating around. Put that back. I need to pull out pieces that match. Make sure. 1. Okay. I'm back to these same old light pieces again. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little bit more sewing. Oops, I lost the chat. It opened up my messenger. I must have hit it with my elbow or something. Cool Girl says, I had a 740 square foot sewing room made in my basement, but guess where I sew? In the so-called dining room and kitchen table. That is funny. The location wasn't convenient, I guess. That's funny. Go ahead and press this one open to get it out the way. And Dee Dee says, checking out. Eyes are closing. Night to you all. Good night, Dee Dee. Take care. I'll be, hopefully, maybe I can get a little bit of sun tomorrow and I can put some quilts out on my deck so I can do some recording, hopefully. The weather is not participating, not acting right. Let's see. People saying good night to Dee Dee. Katrina is too funny. She's talking about my sister's house is 4,800 square feet. And only room without fabric is the kitchen. That might be me. But I say the bathroom. I do have a quilt hanging in there, so I don't. It's like finished quilts that I rotate. But so I don't consider it fabric. But that might be just my bathroom. Because my kitchen right now, that's where I put a table to press my t-shirt, so I didn't have to go up and down the stairs to press t-shirts since I've been doing a lot of t-shirts. So technically I got fabric in there because t-shirts are fabric, right? So I got like, I put up some pictures of some shirts I made and everybody wanted them, so I'm making vote shirts now. I made four shirts. This girl wanted them to be, the logo to be on the front and the back. And then I had another lady come up with some shirts too, wanting some shirts. So I got to do 4 more. And then I just have a message that I accidentally opened here with my elbow requesting a shirt as well. So I got 5 more shirts to make. I told them I'll do them tomorrow. Sometimes I try to take care of orders right when they come in, and it's like, no, you need to finish what it is that you're doing, whether it's an enjoyment thing you're doing or another task. You need to finish what you're doing and then worry about somebody else's order. So, but they already know that they're made to order, so it's not like I just have these shirts, you're picking color and all of that, and so it takes time. So I think they understand. I think sometimes, this is me, I think sometimes people think that I don't take time off. Think about if you're working a job and you get your weekend off. And so sometimes I'll tell myself, you're going to take a day off. Now, this week I have not. I had the day off with Kevin yesterday, just the day. But I still worked more than 10 hours yesterday because I was up to wee hours of the morning from the time I got home working. So I do need to tell myself, remind myself that it's okay to take a day off. And most times I do that, it'll be on Sundays, but not tomorrow because I got shirts to make. People want shirts. So, and I will get people shirts. Just won't be today. I made my shirts for today. I had 8 sides to do, and so I made 4 so I could get that one order out. And I'll do the other, I was planning on doing the other 4 tomorrow, so I'll just add that one and do them all at the same time. It's very nice. So. Hold on, I'm trying to go back. My phone is just moved all over the place. Elaine is saying good night all. Thanks for the get together. Good night, Elaine. And then Katrina says we have 6 beds. Also, Janice Miller says just keep looking. I'm in here. Dig a little deeper. That is funny. That's how much she's got in her room, I guess. That is funny. Yeah, we like our stuff, and that's the hard part. It's like when I'm sorting stuff, and even when I was giving out fabric, it was like, you shouldn't give away that piece. You actually like that piece. And I'm like, I'm tired of looking at this piece. Put it in a bag. You can't just, it's hard for us to get rid of stuff. That's what, because we know the resourcefulness of it. We know we can use it. But I'm like, somebody else can use it. I had to let a lot of stuff go. And then I was mad when I couldn't put a whole pound of scraps in there because if I went over a pound, the post office wanted me to go priority, and then it was going to cost me like $9, $10 to mail the scraps to you, and I didn't want to do that either, so I was limited on what I could send. So I was not happy with the post office about that. The first time I mailed bags, I think I spent almost, it was like $75 in mailing just to mail scraps. So I had to figure out how to get under their rules. So at first I tried putting 15 ounces in the bag, and then I packaged the bag up. Just the envelope knocked it back over the pound, so I had to start pulling stuff out. And I'm like, oh my God, this is just too much. It's too much. Oops, I got my 2 whites on. Now I'm working on my colors. We're getting close to 11 o'clock. Thinking I might make me some, maybe take some shrimp out the freezer or something. Make me some shrimp. That'll defrost pretty quick. I have a taste for shrimp for some reason. Out of nowhere, I find a red piece. We're just gonna put it here anyway. Just to put some heavy color in my life. All these soft pastel pinks. And that's why I'm not sewing my blocks together now, because with me just going through one scrap bag to the next, my fabric choices are changing as I go, as I touch items. So I want to make sure that they're all mixed up really good. I don't want a light part of the quilt and then another section being just all dark stuff. So gotta put that into the plans as well. But I got a lot of pastel pink right here. Oops. This actually goes over there. I'm gonna get this last side on that I'm gonna sew with you all. Oh, my friend says, and Mary, love those birds. Good night, everybody. Chat soon, T. Thanks, Mary. Bye-bye. Yeah, she's in Atlanta, so it's another hour for her. But she's a night person, too. She does her editing and stuff like that at night. And let's see. Patricia says, T, tell more about the t-shirts. Are you making and selling? The shirts that I do have, well, probably not all of them are on there, but I do have, most of my shirts are on my website at teaquilts.com. So you can go check those out. The prices are already there. I have this shirt, So Busy Quilting. I have the Teaquilts established shirts, the Teaquilts YouTube shirt. I have another Teaquilt shirt. It's just called Tea Gear number 2. I have state quilter shirt. So the shirt says it has a heart, says I'm in whatever state you are, quilter. So it says for me, I'm a Missouri quilter. So I have those shirts. They're custom made for your state. So those take a little bit longer because I have to actually create the design on that, not just cut. I can't think of what else I got on there. Yeah, check out my website. Most of them are listed there. It's a few things that are not on my website. I just haven't had time to go over there. And some stuff is like complicated to ship from my to put up on my website as far as like making choices. So, and that's why my t-shirts weren't all up there at first, but I just email people. Once I get your order, I just email you and get your size. And sometimes you can get shirts in different colors. And so I don't have like a super fancy website because I do it myself. But you know, it's workable. I just email people and get the details. So since we're getting down to the bottom, I want to make sure I'm not putting any light fabric on these because I'm out of, I'm using the same fabric now. So I'm starting to run out of choices. One. And I'm trying to read sideways, guys, when I'm reading. So, thank you, San. She sent a $4.99 chat. Super chat. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Let me go back and see where I left off. Somebody is asking, T, have you used wool acrylic thread for embroidery? Is it the same as 30 weight thread? I have not used, I have some woolly nylon thread I bought years ago. Had to have it because, you know, the stuff was so pretty. But you have to have designs, or I was told at the time, and I don't know about now, that you have to have designs that was digitized for that. It has to be like loosely, it can't be heavily dense embroidery because the thread is so thick. Otherwise, it's going to be real bulky. So I would say something like your Mylar designs could probably work with wool thread. And I wouldn't say that it's the same as acrylic because it's thicker. Wool thread is going to be thicker. Let me go back again. I'm trying to get some of these things just in case I miss some. Helen Thomas has come in saying hello. Hi, Helen, welcome. Trying to get some of these things moving fast here. She says, good evening, Mrs. T and quilt family. Yes. Susan must have left. So bye-bye, Susan. She says, I'm here. I'm late too. Just waiting for the hurricane here in Florida this weekend. Hope it's not too bad. And Robin is laughing. She's saying, haha, T, you messaged me. It was 2:30 a.m. So yes, I get a lot of work done. And I think sometimes people might miss my messages because they don't really, like, they'll only look at what's in top of their list. You got to scroll down to get mine sometimes because I am up working. I love it. I love to work in quiet. So I am up doing a whole lot. And it was so many orders, and me having, like, some people, I had to contact them back because I wanted to make sure that they didn't want their stuff to match. I wanted to make sure everybody's order was taken care of. So I was like emailing people and having to respond to each person 4 times. People decided to like even change their orders, which was fine, long as it wasn't submitted. Some of those orders have now been submitted. Melissa sent $5. Thank you, Melissa. Appreciate that. I'm late getting stuff over here, guys. So yeah, it's just better for me. But I contact people, and sometimes I think they miss my emails because I got about 3 people I have not heard back from at all. And it's been like it's been like since early last week when I started taking, because some people had gotten on the list knowing that I had already sold out. So these people were some of the original people on my next order list, and I haven't heard back from them. So they're going to end up missing out on getting a press because they're not responding to emails. And if you're not responding to emails, I can't take it upon myself to go ahead and pay for your order and assume that I'm going to get paid from you. You're not responding, so that's all I have to go on at that point. So I just hate that somebody's going to miss the order thinking that they're going to get an order, and it's because you haven't responded. I try to communicate that. I even put it on Facebook just in case, some of them are in the Facebook group, trying to make sure they understand what's going on. I said I was stopping here. I'm just sewing. See, once I'm on the road, once I get in here, I'm so happy to be sewing that I just want to keep going. So let me see what these last things are in here. Let me go back up to where I stopped, I think. I think Helen came in. So I read those. I may not be too far behind you all. It just jumped again, though. Susan says, all you girls are too sweet. Thank you all. Cool Guest says, I came to your house from Maryland to you to get scraps and that cake recipe. And she says, I'll come. Now that is funny. She's still trying to get the cake recipe. That is too funny. Let me see. I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss anything. I know you all post stuff in here. Patricia says, T, you are one busy lady. Yes, I am. And that's what I said. I haven't even had time to even turn around and think this week. And then when Kevin called me, he was like, oh, no, you can't be like that. And he was like, we got to go. But you all help. That's why I always try to do the lives, but I wasn't sure if my body was going to allow me to do the lives. But I was able to get a nap today, so that's why I was here. Because I do like my live chats. You all are awesome. And then Kevin did an awesome job yesterday. When he brought that toast, I was about done. He was asking me, the whole reason we had the toast, just for the inside story, is he was asking me what did I want for my birthday meal that he was taking me out for to eat. And I said, I'm just gonna order toast with butter. So I get in the car and I'm looking like, what the heck is that in the seat? He know I'm getting in the car. Why is my seat got stuff in it? So he had a card, and then on top of the card, he had the toast. 2 pieces of toast in a bag. And so I pick it up, and I start cracking up. And then I said, well, I would eat it, but you don't have the butter. And he says, oh, yes, I do. It's on the inside. And lo and behold, I take a peek on the inside, and the butter is in there. And I still got that toast in my bag. It is too funny. Cheryl says, good night, T. Have a great Sunday. Good night, Cheryl. Thank you so much. And Tiffany saying she just purchased some pictures on her personal Facebook page. Teresa saying, thank you, T. Good night, all. Good night, Teresa. Y'all know it's about coming. I see these good nights coming. Y'all know it's coming. It's after 11. So I'm just trying to make sure I get through the chat to make sure that I don't miss anybody's comment if you got a question or something. Sin says, thanks for a lovely evening, T, and everyone. Big hugs. Nighty night. Good night, Sin. And Eric Oda comes in here all super late. We're leaving, Eric. Bye. Patricia says, I have the Jacobine Reflections with lace. Just wanted to make sure I have the right thread. It says use 30 weight woolly. Then that's exactly what I'm almost thinking that it's woolly nylon. I don't know. I would check it and make sure. Do a Google search on it. Everything comes up under Google, girl. It's for the cruel look. Yeah, I know the Jacobean look. I actually like Jacobean stuff. Carol Green is saying good night. Good night, Carol. Bonita says, glad I can join you tonight. Good night, Bonita. Thank you so much for coming. When Sprinter says, good night, T, and everyone. Good night. Appreciate that. And, Mary's comments always crack me up. But this is gonna be it for tonight. I know Eric just came in, but he's gonna have to get tipsy by himself tonight. I wonder where that came from. Quilting for the Soul says good night, T, and everyone. So I'm gonna go ahead and end here, everybody. I want everybody to make sure you stay safe out here in the streets and be blessed, everybody. And I'm just going to give you all some time, a couple seconds for you all to put in your good nights, because I know they're going to start rolling up. And see you all Wednesday. Next chat, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for those that are not aware. For our blocks, we only got this far. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds. We're working on our 5th now. Out of 8. So, Mary says, love y'all. Take care. That's really sweet. And Helen also says, y'all stay safe and good night. Good night. It was fun. And good night from Judy. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Bye-bye, everybody. Take care.